Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday morning session and confession. I'm Crumblewig420, and I want to thank y'all for being here. Oops. There we go. Give me 1 second here, guys. I got a dog barking in the background. I'll be right there. Come on. Apparently, he didn't want to wait today for me to be up and going for a little bit. So, everybody, sorry about that. Back to the side chat. UK was in here yesterday, swinging around. JC, local weedia. Jess, 9 o'clock last night said, okay, joints rolled, timer on, coffee machine set. As the great Crumble would say, let's grow. Indeed, indeed. William, you've been up waiting. I saw you've been chatting with Syntax about seeds. It's a beautiful thing. Yes, indeed. Prices are insane on genetics right now. But what do we got here? Syntax said, you got to get to an overgrowth site. Daily giveaways, crazy amounts of seeds. Nice. Nice indeed. What am I missing here? Scotty, my friend. What is going on, brother? What is going on? Sauce, good to see you. Marijuana, good morning. Good morning. Big movie fan. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here indeed. Sauce, how are all your little babies doing? Good, I hope. There's Jess. There is Jess indeed. Beautiful Sunday morning we have here in upstate New York. I got up, it was a nice 34 degrees. That was a little bit of chill in the air. I don't know if we got a frost last night. I didn't bother to go outside and take a look yet. I figure the dog will have me do that in about an hour and we can go from there. Oh, no signs to be able to sex him yet, Sauce? All right. That's something that I am working on learning to do better, sexing them at an early age. I got some great tips from people as to getting in there with a jeweler loop when they're early on. And yeah. Yo, Gyro, good morning. What is going on? Syntax says, y'all get a bunch of lights before trying to figure out where to use them. Need another room. Oh, thank you, Big. Thank you, Big Movie Fan, for sharing us on your community. That is always so awesome of you and greatly appreciated. JC, what is going on? Oh, you guys got hit hard last night, Scotty? I bet you. I bet you indeed. A lot of stuff going on last night. A lot of stuff. Yeah, Sauce, I have heard that before, indeed. Yo, Michigander, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here. Always nice to see you. Scotty throwing those lips in the side chat. I'm hoping those were for me. They better have been. Yo, the Gardener 420, good morning. Just sipping on a little coffee. It's 5:29, which means we're going to be coming up on a 5:30 rip for those of you who are interested. I know I certainly am, though I did take a pre-rip about 10 after 5. Just getting everything organized and situated, and I figured, why not? Yo, Susanna, good morning. Robert's Place. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, time to hydrate a little bit, and then we'll take this rip. Oh, what's Gyro saying first? Going on the second flush of the Starry Night Penis Envy. The B plus are fruiting as well. Things couldn't get any better here. Oh, Gyro, that's fucking awesome. Awesome indeed. I am technically on my second flush of the... Fuck, I can't remember right now. The White Rabbits. Yes, indeed. But on that note, everybody, cheers, cheers. Grower Mo, smoking on some granny candy. It's fruity on the inhale and sweet on the exhale. Oh, that is freaking awesome. That is awesome. Sounds super tasty too. I'm smoking on some of the Strawberry Kush again this morning. Seems to be Mrs. Crumblewick likes that as her go-to right now. So that's pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Oh, it's from your 2025 outdoor. Sweet, Grower Mo. Sweet. Yo, good morning, Reborn Dreams. Thanks for coming in. Always nice to see you. Got 17 of us wandering around in here at 5:30. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I don't have a lot of notes for today for stuff I wanted to talk about, but I am going to duplicate some of the stuff from Friday night for people who weren't there. There's some stuff I want to talk about, and I want to try and figure out how to share my screen with you guys, so which I should be able to do, so that I can show off some of the videos from Beforeland Farms. Because as I said, I wanted to really try and show you guys before I turn around and dump it out on the on good old YouTube. Yo, winging it, my friend. What's going on? Hope everything's good in your world. Weedaholics. Who else do I see? Frank Seeds in the house. Cheers, cheers. Haircut looks good, Frank. I forgot to tell you that the other day. Looks good. Your grow looks empty though right now, my friend. You know, Frank, that's a good problem to have. Frank said, went to a Halloween party last night. They were afraid of my weed. It's so strong. That's a good problem to have. Yes, I know, Jess. I know. That's why I want to turn around and see what I can show. There probably won't be any audio on it because the place was so fucking loud, which I didn't take into account, realizing all the fans and exhaust and everything else running. Oh, Sauce, you got a new video up? Huh. Now, I'm going to have to pop over here real quick. Drop that up there so I can see. Very nice. Boy, there's a big lag between the chats right now. Holy shit. I just looked at my other screen and it's like 7 messages behind, little fuckers. Oh, Galaxy won't roll in for a while, JC. It's like 2:30 in the morning where he is. That's one of the reasons I try and stay on a little later in the morning, because he gives me such a rash of shit. That he does. That he does indeed. So, let's talk about a few things here. Crumblewick's, oh, funny farmer. What's going on, my friend? Good morning, good morning. Yeah, Scotty. Grove bags, airtight. They are some badass shit. Oh, yeah, Frank, you learned your lesson on that one? Indeed. Understandable. I've had people ask me if I could ship weed to them. They want to try it out. They want to whatever. And I don't know. Crumble's just not super comfortable with it. Maybe I will be a little bit down the road as I see what direction some things are heading in. Scotty says, I mail my weed in grow bags. You can't smell it. True enough. Anytime anybody shipped me any weed, you could not smell anything at all. But then some of the stuff that I got was like double and triple cryovac, or not cryovac, yeah, pretty much, except there's no cryo in it. Vacuum sealed, that's what I wanted to say. That's a good problem to have, having weed that stinky, I would say, Frank. See, Scotty don't care. Scotty's like, it'll get to me. Ooh, you got some Tangyland this morning, Gyro? Nice. That's fair, Winging It. Winging It said, been in jail many times. Folks busted with too many folks busted for shipping weed. If I'm getting busted, it's going to be for something else. That too is fair. That it is. So there was this amazing little study that I was reading about the other day, which has to be pissing the big tobacco companies off. And that is that weed consumption is surpassing cigarette smoking in the United States. Yo, Sleeves Garden, what is going on? Good to see you here. Going to go ahead and get you moderated up. And give me 1 second here. I got my little moderator lecture to give, if that's okay with you guys. Sleeve says, cheers, Crumble. New sub won't be in long. Just saying hi quickly. I appreciate you being here so much. Cumulus Vapes, I just saw you come in. We just had a new subscriber come in, and we're going to do our little mod lecture. Now that you're a mod, this is a room for 18 years or older. We are a drama-free channel. Nothing for sale or trade. Please don't spam the shit out of the side chat with a bunch of nonsense. Also, don't beg for money. The only one that can do that is Beans, and he comes in on Friday nights usually. Welcome everybody to the room. Make them feel comfortable. Let them know what a great community we are. Sub up to one another. Check out the channels. Sprinkle some love over there. Drop a like, drop a comment. You drop that comment, they know you were there. It's going to make their day. There's a good chance they'll come back to your channel and do the same. If we have trolls, let's nicely escort them to the door, and please try not to engage. And most of all, if you're here, let's have fun. Let's see. That's the one I want. All righty, I got that out of the way. Oh, what do we got going on, Big? Just wanted to stop and support him. Oh, you're going to try and sleep now that your niece and nephew have been spending the weekend? Awesome. I hope you've had a fantastic time with them. Yo, Suka, what's going on, my friend? Nice to see you. I have heard about that, Frank. Wine testers using coffee beans to neutralize taste. Those wine tasters do a lot of funky things. They really do. Them and the people who are out there picking the different perfume scents and smells, they are pretty fucking impressive. Those guys that smell something, you're like, oh, that's got, whale blubber, vanilla oil, hints of hibiscus. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. You can smell all that shit. Oh, we're glad you're here, Suka. Super glad. Super, super glad. Hey, you have a great day too, Big Movie. Super, super great day. It's 5:40. We're about 5 minutes out from our next rip. UK is in the house. It wasn't coffee, JC? Well, okay, so coming from being an executive chef for a gazillion fucking years, we never considered coffee to be a spice. We utilized it in rubs, basically as a flavor enhancer, but not really as a spice. And that's just in the cooking industry. Now, if they've changed that greatly over the last X amount of time that I've been out of it, well, fuck them. Oh, Brian. Brian says, morning Crumblewick, love from Lanark, Scotland. Coffee cake is awesome, said Cumulus. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. So, yeah, Grower Mo said, fuck them. So, I brought it up before. What do you guys think of that? How pissed off do you really think the big tobacco companies are that cannabis is surging ahead of consumption? I'm thinking that's got to be pretty devastating to them. I wonder how much their hands and everything else with legalization and rescheduling and descheduling whole thought process that's going on out there. Yeah, I know they fund a bunch of studies. They'll fund a bunch of studies against cannabis. I just thought it was interesting. It was in this little Canna News channel that I go, not little, it's actually a big Canna News channel. Oh, Suka, you're dealing with the time difference? That eats. That could be a thing. That could be a thing, Sauce. Sauce said, I'm thinking they're going to invest in cannabis and try to breed addiction. That's a true fact, William. That's true. As I sit here and I'm having a cigarette. Could be syntax. Camel joint packs and Newport joint containers we could see in the future. Yeah, in DC, you can't legally buy menthol cigarettes. They changed it so nobody could get menthol vapes in here up here anymore. And then they changed it. You can go to the stores and buy all this ice shit that's a menthol, if you ask me. Yeah, about to go back in time soon, mower or grower mo with the old time swapperoonie. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you've mentioned that before, Brian, and it is true. Cannabis flowers, coconut oil. Yep, that's a good one. I know some people used MCT oil. I tried that once. I was not a fan. Did not enjoy it at all. Probably true, Gyro. They already got their hands in the industry. Oh, weedaholics, got to go to work. Well, you have to. You have to. I know you got a cool job, so I'm hoping you have an absolutely fantastic day. Yeah, the MCT oil, I tried it. I thought it was going to be a thing. Oh, that could be. Was golden oregano not coffee? Now you're going to make me look that up real quick. Golden oregano. Oh, no shit. Huh, an ornamental edible herb. That's pretty cool, JC. That's really cool. I bet it does. Is that local to your area, JC? I'm just curious because I've never seen it before. I have never seen it before, JC. Till I see that it grows wild. I wonder if it's considered an invasive species. They do that a lot here in New York State. There's a lot of shit you can't bring in and plant. You see no medical use for cannabis. Are you talking about when they are selling medical? Because that's what I'm guessing you're talking about, Wing It. Grower Mo said he's an invasive species. That's pretty funny. Pretty funny indeed. All right. Let's see if I can do this real quick over here. Let's see. Sorry, guys, not looking at the chat for a second here. Trying to see how I can do this video thing that I want to do. See if I can start with the first one. Cumulus said, I bought a bag of oregano when I was 13. I've been looking for that guy since. As Frank was talking about selling a bag of oregano to someone when he was 13. Nice. We used to have a guy in high school. We called him Chuck Regano, the Oregano King, because he bought oregano with a little bit of weed in it, refused to throw it out, and smoked all the shit. So he became the Oregano King. I don't know what the fuck his problem was. He's probably went on to fucking do something great with his life. Oh, I missed the 545 rip, everybody. I'm sorry. Cheers, cheers, everyone. Syntax is saying, Wing, you need full spectrum RSO. I bet you that would help. For any medical improvements, the only thing that worked for me, that's what Syntax said. It was all you could smell, JC. Yo, Jesse, what's going on? Thank you for coming in. Jesse Withrow stopping by. Always nice to see you. Yo, Fat Buds, what's going on, my friend? Thank you so much for being here. And we can see you, no longer the invisible man. Oh, no shit, Frank. That's awful. That is awful. I think you're right. We do need a rip, said a rip trimmer, but I'm thinking you meant a rip timer. And yeah, see what it is Crumblewick has a clock on his desk, but I've also got my speakers on my desk, little small ones, but they block the corner of my computer screen where the little clock is. So maybe I'll get one for the wall right above me that flashes every 15 minutes or some shit like that. Yo, good morning, Tom. What is going on, my friend? What is going on? Good to see you. Always nice having you roll in the morning. I'll tell you, I won a giveaway on Tom's channel on Friday. Won myself some genetics from 42 Fast Buds. Have some banana purple punch coming my way, and I am super stoked. You know, it was funny. I win that on Tom's channel, and then I bump into 3 people yesterday who are all growing it or who have grown it, and that is pretty freaking cool. Yeah, that's what I heard, Scotty, and it's also going to be the first time me growing anything from 42. Frank saying it's a hard, sad truth. Don't have many friends, lost a lot of them. Life is rough, absolutely. Oh, I'm not fretting about it, Tom. I'm excited that they're going to be coming. It's, did you get my email finally? I'm not even going to tell you the production I went through to get that email to you because Anthony sent the wrong address at first. So instead of me going to your page, I fucked around and tried to figure out what it was. So there is some guy out there whose name is Tom Kerr without the 33, and that fucker got one of my emails yesterday. I don't know if he was happy, sad, or otherwise. Yo, Fat Bud, you want a Puffco pivot from Token Tom? Holy shit. That's a tough one, winging it. That is a tough one. You know, I think with a lot of things out there, not everything works for everybody. I think people use cannabis as a medication for a multitude of different reasons. You know, I think that is the thing, and that's a reality. There's still a big group of the community that uses it to go chill out, party, get high, all of that, where there's the different side of things where that's us who are all involved in the community, you know, be it doing reviews of products, being it that we're growers and are looking to grow something that works for us. I think it's different. Multi-strain RSO syntax. I know, that's pretty cool, Frank. Bumping into groups of people on here and like that who, you know, that just grow weed and don't even smoke it. They just love it that much, the plant and what it does for other people. Got 2 wins in 2 years? No, you're never going to catch up with Galaxy. Never. He's another one of those winningest motherfuckers on YouTube. Excuse me. Tom is saying CBD and THC I use for a lot of different things. I love the plant. Absolutely. And as I said, different things fit for other people or for different people. I know of people who do have some form of, I don't know, it's some cannabis resistance disorder or some shit like that where, you know, things don't affect them like they affect other people. I see that a lot with edibles. I know a couple of people who edibles don't do shit for them. And that's fair. I know Galaxy should buy a lottery ticket. Yo, Maine is here. Good morning, Maine. Thanks for swinging in. We're just chatting about some different silly stuff this morning. You want to make your own pain bombs eventually, Reborn? I have never tried those before. I have heard they work well. Some of the medication that I'm on combined with my cannabis use takes care of my pain a great deal. John Doe, what is going on, my friend? Thank you for being here and swinging in. Always nice to see you. Oh, no shit. Fat Buds is pulling out the bubble bags today. Yo, Fat Buds, you going to be dropping a video on any of that? That would be pretty cool. You want Galaxy's lottery numbers if he plays? Absolutely. Oh, Frank, I saw you the other day. I was going to ask you how well you did. You got about 20 grams of bubble so far? Nice. Fat Buds, I will definitely be checking that out. It's always cool to watch other people do it. You pick up little tips and tricks, things that are going to make your life easier for washing. So that's always nice. Always, always nice. Nice syntax. Nice. So let me see if I can figure out this screen share thing here, guys and girls. So I'm going to try and do this. It's not a long video. It's about 13 seconds, but I've got a bunch of them that I can try and get up here. Mo Manic and King Green Gardening both coming in. Nice to see you guys. I'm getting ready to try and share my screen and show a video here. Let's see. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Damn it. Why isn't it letting me do this? Well, that's being a little bit of a fucker. I can't get the screen to share that I want to share. Oh, I think I know why. Yep. Give me a second here. Let me see. Want to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, hold on a second, guys. I'm going to try this again. All right, here we go, everybody. Can you guys see that? Let me check my other screen. This is going to be a quick, short little video on the commercial grow I worked in the other day. So, Syntax said, streaming, I can't help with much. I suck at all that software. Fat Bud says, I watched too many videos on it. Just as stupid. All right, guys, let me try and play this. Can you see this on the screen for everybody? Clone still lives. All right, guys, I'm going to play this. I don't think there's any audio on it, but this is standing on a ladder overlooking the 1,300 plants in the grow. You can't see it? Damn it. The fuck? Well, I'll have to figure that out again. Hold on a minute. How about now? Can you guys see it now? No. Wait a second. There we go. Let me go back to the beginning. So, this is overlooking the 1,300 plants in the grow. They've got 8 different strains. Way in the back, that's my son way down on the end. The first 2 rows on the left-hand side in the screen were the rows that we worked, and we got halfway down through the 3rd. We were defoliating like motherfuckers. You know, a lot of this looks like it's yellowed out, and it has. The very first bench to the left, that one, he actually spoke of how when he tested the soil, he only tested 6 inches down. Yeah, it's HPS Syntax. It is. There's 13 or 15 HPS lights on each row. They are either phantoms or photonics, I believe it is. I think I caught a picture of some other ones, but let me get that off from here now. Get that down off from the stage. We saw enough of that. Remove. There I am. I'm back up onto there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've got some other videos too. A lot of it is of the canopy. There's a couple of Jess is saying, that's so cool. Why are the HPS? What's the advantage? It's what he's always grown with, and heat is the other piece of it. Frank, was it stinky? Is the question that was asked. Abso-fucking-lutely. The first night I came home, I was sticky from here to here because we had gloves on. It was so bad that I had to go out in my car the next day with goo gone and get all the sticky shit off my console and door. It was that fucking bad. My shirt I had to leave outside because it stunk up the whole house so bad. All right, I'll get back over to the chat. I apologize. End at 6:01, everybody. Cheers, cheers. I get that, JC. I get that. Yo, Paul Bowie. Paul, my friend, what's going on? Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, John. Heat, higher leaf temperature, yeah. You know, the nice part about that, Tom, is I've got an open invitation to work there because Hannibal and I, my son, did work there for about 12, 16 hours, something like that. I know the next day I was smart, Reborn. When I went, I had a different type of shirt on. I brought a change of clothes for getting into the truck afterwards. That arm sleeves with integrated gloves. You know, that's actually a great idea, winging it. You know, there were different things that I thought about going into that commercial grow that did surprise me some. I think it's interesting that I've seen, that's the first commercial grow I've ever been in. I didn't know necessarily if I was surprised or not surprised, but I was thinking more so of bringing stuff into the tent. So I was a little concerned that we didn't have to put on the white Tyvek suits or anything like that. You know, I just thought that was interesting. But I think being that everything was so late in flower that there wasn't a super concern for that. I know out of that entire greenhouse, 60% of it, if not more, is going to just make hash. 100% just for hash. So that was interesting to have that big of a run and have that much of it going towards just hash. Good morning, Tasha, and good day. Cabs, I saw you come in before. I probably didn't say hi. Please don't think I was slighting you. I was probably on some miniature high ramble. Because for some reason, the weed lately's really been stepping on Crumblewick. Okay, Frank saying LED can't get the spectrum right. It's good lighting, it's just not right. I think it's missing some blue UV. Frank, have you ran the HPS before? Ah, Cam said I'm a big boy. No problem. Well, you know how I am. I like to chat with everybody as they're tooling around in here. Yo, the Gardener 420, what do you have going on in your world today? Gonna see if I can pop up another video for you guys. Oh, this one's a little bit longer. You got a buddy running HPS in a 5x5? Yo, Big Buds Plants, what is going on? And Dragon 420, holy shit, I didn't see it come in. I was busy fucking around trying to get another video ready to throw up here. Oh, Cav's got packages going out on Monday morning, everybody. Cheers, cheers for all those being blessed by Cav. It's always a beautiful and wonderful thing watching the community sharing. Yeah, Tom, South Africa would be cool to visit. William Bartow, my friend. Did you find what you were looking for seed-wise this morning? T5s hit your electric bill the hardest. The most inefficient lights. Great for clones, but don't ever use them for bud. I will keep that in mind. Though I can honestly say, I don't think I'll be doing anything HPS-wise. Just Crumble's luck, it would melt the fucking wire right out of his walls. Yes and no. All right, William. Well, you know, you can throw that question out here again, my friend, and see if anybody can steer you in a good direction. I know Syntax gave you some good info earlier on. King Green, my friend. Tasha, oh, it's a hot 90 degrees. Yo, Big Buds, that is sweet. You got 5.5 ounces for your first grow? Holy shit, that's awesome. You know, I don't remember what I pulled off my first grow. I'll just be flat out honest with you. I should, but I don't. I have had plants that I pulled less than an ounce off from before and wanted to punch myself in the face, especially because it was super fire weed and I didn't pull a fucking clone. That was my big thing. Small plant, little fucking runt, produced less than an ounce, super fireweed. Yeah, some of that Afghan hash would be nice. Winging it said, I became an electrician mainly so I could buy lights cheap for my gorilla grows. It's a way to do it. My nephew builds lights, believe it or not. He has offered to build me one. I just haven't taken him up on it yet. But I know what I have in my grow tent right now is undersized, which is partially probably why I can get away with running it on 10 right now. Oh, that's interesting, the gardener. The gardener said I mix 125 watt HPS with LEDs for flower. It seems to work pretty good. Indeed, calves. Indeed. It's probably would. I know he said it's like a third of the cost for him to build one. He built everything for his own grow. I think it's that he's super smart and he didn't want to invest the money in companies that he didn't necessarily believe in. So, yo, King Green, you got a little more than 11 pounds this season. Fucking go you. Go you indeed. I know I pulled over 5 pounds. I've got a solid, well, less than 5 pounds now because I've been giving some away, but less than 5 pounds for smoking, a very little under that. I've got about a pound plus for hash and a little bit less than a pound for just pressing. So I'm pretty stoked with that. And I've pulled tons of dry sift for pressing, making hash, whatever the hell I want to do with. So I'm pretty excited about that. 6:09, everybody. Let me move. I got to move something here on my desk so I can see this fucking time. There, that is much better. There you go. Frank's talking about mixing lighting working well. Just catching up in the side, guys. Cabs is saying HPS for homegrown doesn't make sense. Can I ask why? What's the thought process on that, Cav? It's 10 past 10 here in Scotland, joint time. 10 after 6 here. 10 after 6 here. Making sure I've got my next bowl set and ready to go. Oh, are you going to take a little break from social media, Tasha? I was thinking about that myself. I pretty much stayed a lot off from YouTube yesterday. Watched a movie with Mrs. Wig when she was off yesterday. We ran some errands, did some cool shit like that. Got 3 ounces from the 2 gelatos and 2-ish of trim. Lots more oil to be made. Nice. HPS uses a lot of power. That's one of the things that I have heard. I haven't experienced it, but now that I've been up close and personal with them firsthand, yeah. Because it was bright too in that greenhouse. Super fucking bright. Because he was like, if you guys don't have darkening sunglasses, I'm going to give you goggles because it's that fucking bright in there. And he wasn't shitting. It was indeed. But I'll tell you something, coming up on that place, Borderland Farms, which is the name of it, they take security very seriously. You know, if you come up there and the gate happens to be open and you just wander up there, you will be greeted by armed people. I mean, they got a lot of product there and they've got a lot of plants going. So, yo, Jimmy John, what is going on? Good morning, good morning. I trust you're having a great day. Oh, Frank's saying utilize the HPS heat because it's going to help heat your house because it's kicking off so much. Indeed. Oh, that's no problem, Gardner. Oh, you're going hunting today, Jimmy John? Nice. I know the disabled veterans that my father's involved with for one of the hunting clubs that he belongs to. They had a hunt yesterday, crossbow, which was pretty cool. Oh, nice, Jimmy John. You got a doe yesterday? Fucking cool. Cool indeed. Now it's buck time. I think that's a great idea, Tosh. You're going to spend some time in nature for a little reset. There is nothing wrong with that. Yeah, deer season's opening soon here, if it's not already. I don't pay attention that much just because I don't hunt anymore. That's the biggest reason why. 6:13 people. Let's make sure we are ready to rip. Oh, nice, William. You got a massive 10-point hanging in the woods. Nice. Oh, nice. We got a lot of people going out this morning. That's pretty awesome. I didn't know Vivo Sun carried HPS. Huh. Not that I'm going to go over there and look at it, but it's nice to know if people ask the question. Not that there aren't 75 million light companies out there. We have more deer in Ohio than anything else. Oh, you're doing Frostbanger and Lemonade Autos, Big Buds? Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, Frank, you and Syntax are like on the same wavelength right now. 6:15, everybody. Make sure you are hydrated. Take that sip before you rip. Cheers, cheers, everybody. All right, guys, I got another video in the background I'm going to throw up real quick. Yo, VY Kins is in the house. Indeed, indeed. Big buds, cup of tea and a joint, perfect. Winging it said, China HPS. I know it's you, Moonlit. Interesting name, your other one, though. I'm trying to keep everybody's down. Friday night was crazy. Just trying to figure out who the hell was who. Yo, good morning, Super Bob. Salute, salute to you. Syntax said, actually, I had to put my hydro bucket on a riser. The ground is now 30 degrees. It was 34 when Crumble got up this morning. 34 fucking degrees. But the house is nice and warm. Even the den. The den where Crumble's got his desk set up and everything, and Mrs. Wig does too. Fuck. When we bought the house, there's only one heat duct to the whole room, and it's on the fucking ceiling. And the room's not set up to handle us plugging in a bunch of fucking heaters in here. So sometimes it gets chilly in the winter. I'm going to do something different this year. I think I might put a fan outside of the door and just let it push heat from the house into here. If nothing else, it'll keep Mrs. Wig's side of the den warm for her. Syntax said, wearing layers already. Left a window open last night. Maine, how's everything going with you today? Hopefully well. Gonna take a minute and I'm gonna throw another video up here, guys, if you don't mind. Let's see. Oh, damn it. It's all sideways and shit. Let me see here. So this is down on the floor. This side right over here is getting ready to be harvested in about 2 weeks. Again, this stuff here is all 100% for hash. So, yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy indeed. I'm probably going to reach out to him and see. Frank, it is Borderland Farms, and their packaging is High Priority, is the name of it. I know they've got a lot down in New York City, and they are starting to branch back up this way. Even looking at the fact of attempting to start to sell local up here. So I got to say that's going to be pretty cool. Oh, no problem, Frank. No problem at all. It's cool because I'm going to use pieces of this to throw together a video, and I'm glad I can share some of it with you guys first. That's pretty cool. Indeed, indeed. So, something else about that grow that I thought was pretty cool. They have a big ladder set up at the end of the 4 rows. I'll get back to that in a second. Let me see what the raised gardener's saying. Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Gardener 420 saying, I raised the floor in my grow room about 18 inches by putting plywood sheets on top of 5-gallon buckets. Created a false floor with storage underneath. That's pretty cool. Yo, Tree Nug. Thank you so much for stopping in. You take care of what you got to, but coming in here and sprinkling a little love is pretty fucking awesome. So you have yourself an absolutely awesome Sunday, and we will catch up with you later. Yeah, Jimmy John. I know that is a pretty good idea, Syntax. William, I think it depends on what you're growing, your space limits in your tent, or your space constraints. Yo, Bones, good morning. Let me see. Question was just asked. Yeah, which is better to grow in, 3 gallon or 5 gallon? I generally use 5 gallons. Right now I'm using, I don't know, 3 gallons. Which you guys will think is insane because I'm growing photos in 3 gallons. But Crumble's got a plan with this run. He's got a plan. And I think it's going to work. As I said, I'm lucky enough that I've got somebody helping me along and steering me in the right direction. Frank said 7 gallons for large plants, 5 gallons for medium, 3 gallons for small. Scotty's saying 5s. Yep, Maine's saying with cocoa, I only use 3. Nice, Tom. Tom said everybody I know hunts. I just like to eat what they get. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, Grower Mo, you grew photos in 2.2 gallon autopods. Nice, Syntax. Syntax said I got 12 in cocoa, 2 gallons that blew the fuck up and flipped in the 3rd week. You're going to run 3 gallons indoors, Sauce? Okay, William. So you have new 3 gallon, but we're looking at 5 gallons. You know, I've heard a lot of different stuff about pot size, more roots, bigger plants, and like that. I've seen both sides of it because I've grown in both sides of it. Maine is saying 3 gallon air pots for the win. Syntax, you're running the air pots, aren't you, right now? I'm pretty sure you had said you were. Cabs is saying depends on what's your end goal. That's fair. So, Winging It is saying cocoa solo cup to 7 gallons, soil 10 gallon and up. Nice. That's not bad at all, Stankum Danks. Did I not see you come in here before? Stankum Danks, what is going on, my friend? Nice to see you here. Going to use 2 gallon pots on your next indoor? You like the smaller pots? I see everybody's voting 3 gallons for the win. Cumulus, what's going on today? See you peeking around. Oh, Syntax, you've got a flood table? Jeez, Maine. Maine saying I've grown 20-ounce plant in 3 gallon. Well, if anybody's unfamiliar with Maine's grow, it's pretty impressive. So, just insane that. And that doesn't lie. Grower Mo said I like air pots, but watering them every day, I just find it easier on me if I use an auto watering system. Well, I'll tell you something. I think auto watering systems are great. But Auto watering systems made Crumble lazy. So in saying that, I'm going 100% back to basics so I can learn how to grow this plant in cocoa the appropriate way. And once Crumble gets that down, maybe one day I'll look at living soil. It doesn't mean I'm not going to go back to my hydroponic setup at some point in time, but bottom feed phenotest. Nice syntax. Nice. Syntax is saying it's an ebb and flow, but I fill and pump the water out. Bottom feed phenotest. Nice. 6:25 people. We are 5 minutes away from our next rip. Gonna make sure I do a little housekeeping here. Have a nice fresh bowl. That's right, Scotty. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Dougie Fresh, we're on. Man, where the fuck did that come from? I went old school on that. Back when rap was really rap. For those of you who ever listened to rap. Winging It says, I embrace the lazy. Yeah, I bought a setup, Tom, and I ran hydroponics. It fucking blew me away, the size of the roots on these things and the size of the plants. But again, like everything else, Crumbleweed underfed them, so I can only assume that life will get better. Cav said hydroponic growing is growing on turbos. Yeah. I think when I do it, though, I only want to run 2. I don't want to run 4. They get so fucking big. Yo, Cheddar Bob, my friend. What is going on? Good to see you here. Sauce Hydro's your end goal? Indeed. Hot dog water terps. Now, I understand that. In the hydro that I ran, I did not have a reservoir. So I had the 4 or 5 gallons that I would actually pump everything out of and then put in fresh every day. Just because of the way they were. I don't know. That was probably wrong too. But fuck, I digress. That's why I'm sticking to something that I can be taught appropriately on. Yo, good morning, Brett. Thank you so much for being here. Always nice seeing you. Hope you and the family are doing well. Yeah, 35 of us in here right now, 2 minutes away from the 6:30 rip. Got some strawberry kush packed up. Do a little pre-hydration. Little pre-hydration. So let me get this off the screen over here because I think the hell is this? Oh, there we go. Shit. Trying to figure out how to get that off my screen. I still had the video playing down there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as I said, I fucked with my hydro unmercifully. So that was Crumble's fault right there. Oops. Alarm just went off. Dad will be messaging shortly. I have not, Super Bob. I have not. Super Bob said, have you? Crumble, ever tried RDWC? Since you're good with hydro, it's an idea. I don't know if I'm good at hydro. As I said, Crumble's really fucked up the last 4 years, and I can appreciate all that and understand that you really need because the way I am, and I think this could go to some other new growers too, you really need to hone your skills on your style of growing and get that mastered as best as you can before you go and branch off into some other things. That's what I've found at the moment. So, yeah, Dad, I'm waiting for that text. He had some, I don't know, he went and ate a lot yesterday. He had 2 or 3 things that he was going to fucking eat at. Right, calves. Right indeed. Hydroponic growing is fun, but you better have everything spot on. So the gardener just said, I like living soil because it's easy once you get the soil amended, set properly. Indeed, scares me still. Like I looked at that commercial grow and that first bed that he had, I didn't get to finish saying what happened with it. And I'm not going to yet because it's 6:30. Hydrate, everybody. Let's go. Ooh, that was a nice one. Nice one indeed. So, the very first bed on the far left-hand side, when he tested the soil, he only tested the top 6 inches because he thought the bottom shit was fine, that he still had another run out of it. So he got, excuse me, partway through, he realized that those plants were cannibalizing themselves way early on. They had started to fade 2 weeks before we went in there. And we defoliated, and when we came back the next day, they still needed to be defoliated again because they were yellowing out and fading that fast. So that's a big run. There's 320 plants that he had in there that he could have fucked sideways. So I don't know a lot about living soil. He's no-till living soil. I don't know the full logistics of what that means. So I like letting the plant do its own thing. I agree, Cheddar Bob. I got a lot of people who have asked me why I didn't train my photos, why I'm not doing this or that. And as I said, I need to see the plant grow so I can learn about it as I'm going. Flood and drain with Rockwell cubes. Crumbawig hates Rockwell cubes. And I'm just going to say I do because I don't like them. I just don't like the way the roots come out of them. I don't know. It's just a me thing. So anybody who grows in Rockwell, God bless you. I just don't like it. I've still got a bunch of it here. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to do with. If anybody needs Rockwell, hit me up. I've got some. Not a ton, but some. Good morning, Gene. Good morning indeed. Thanks for rolling in. Always nice to see you. True, calves. Plants already know how to grow. I get in the way. Outdoor or Coco for the win? We can mess up anything, can't we, Cheddar Bob? That's true. That is true. Grower Mode just brought up a good point. I can't say one of those is better than the other, but I sure know one is faster. Yes, indeed. Scotty, how much longer are you locked up for? Yo, Tommy, what is going on? Thanks for swinging in. Nice to see you. Jess said I hate Rockwell. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Never ran side by side with Hydro. I did, but there was so much of a difference because it wasn't side by side. I had 2 tents going, one with just everything in cocoa, which I know, yes, that's technically a Hydro. And the other one was the 4 or 5 gallons. Frank said Rockwell is for insulation. It don't belong in the garden. It's restricting to the roots. I can only speak of what I experienced. You know, I grew in little cocoa things there, and that came out actually really cool. I liked it. I could see where the roots were going. I could see everything. With the rock wool, it just seemed like a struggle. Absolutely, Jimmy John. I've seen impressive plants in rock wool. I just don't like it. It's creepy to me, and I don't like the way it feels either when it gets wet. So yeah, Crumblewigg's being a wuss over rock wool. Scotty, you're a violent offender. Hydroponic is faster, but you're right, Cav. You said earlier, if you're not dialed in, forget it. You're just fucking yourself. We as humans overcomplicate everything. Yep. It's still pretty popular sauce, the rock wool. You know, I mean, the difference between what you see in the hydro store at certain times of the year floors me. No, maybe it's just up here that we got a lot of people growing in rock wool, comparatively speaking to what's on the shelf and what's off the shelf. Rock wool's for the 80s. Hey, Funny Farm. Oh, Trina, you needed to wean off the live resin cartridges for your upcoming surgery? Notice, see, those carts, people ripping on those carts. Crumblewood can't do them. They beat the shit out of my lungs. They do. Frank said he's gotten clones from people and they'll have some in the Dixie cups and some in rock wool. The Dixie cup ones will always grow bigger and a fatter trunk. A bigger, fatter trunk, bigger plant. Wednesday at 7 o'clock, you're out of prison. You got videos and shit lined up to drop to make YouTube's balls quiver. Yeah, it is 6:37. We are rolling up on the 6:45 rip. I'm just fucking around here, catching up in the chat. Sorry, guys, but I'm enjoying interacting with everybody here. Commercial grows still use rock wool, said Winging It. Yeah, these guys pull their clones and they go directly into the living soil. But when they move their clones are like this tall. I saw them when the greenhouse was way early, before they had harvested. Fucking blew me away. They were like, but they had swazzed them all down, so it just had shit on the top of it. And those plants grew like motherfuckers when you see them. Oh, I bet, Dragon. Funny Farm. Nice, Scotty. When you get out of prison, you're just going to go right to live? Yeah, Scotty needs a parrot on his shoulder. Just his luck to be like the angel and the devil. He'd have the good parrot and the bad parrot. Oh, you do get live resin from True Leaf there in Florida, which is high quality. That's awesome. For me, I don't know. I just can't do the carts. I don't know why. Yo, Mary is here. Good morning, Mary. I almost missed you. It was a good thing Jimmy John said your name. I'm rambling here as we're coming up on our 6:45 rip in about 6 minutes. Yes, stuff has gotten extremely expensive. Oh, yeah, Gene, I did get to the commercial grow. I showed a couple of videos earlier on. Probably, I don't know, maybe in about 15 or 20 minutes, I'll try and pull up another video and we can look at that real quick. But Commercial Grow was great, Gene. They had like 1,300 plants. We got to work there. Actually, we're compensated for working there and can continue to be compensated for working there if I decide I want to go make some money and have some fun. I will tell you, for people who think going into a Commercial Grow, you know, you're going to go in there and it's going to be this absolutely, I don't know, it's hard work. I will tell you that. It is hard work. You're on your hands and knees, you're bent over, you are in the plants, and it's hard work. You got to hump along. You can't just fuck around. I mean, especially when you got that many plants. So, Gene says, Scotty, I can loan you a pair and I have 3 of them. Cheddar Bob saying Coast of Maine is good but needs to be amended. They've changed over the last few years. Huh. I do have some soil questions that I'm going to ask in a few minutes. It was an awesome experience, Gene. Really was. And I'm going to go back and get a video of their mothers, them ripping clones. Because when they pull clones, they pull 900 in a fucking week. That's insane for pulling clones. And because I've been in their flower greenhouse. I haven't been in their veg area yet because we didn't get an opportunity to go there. That's not where they need work. They'd had a crew working down in the veg area for about a week trying to get those girls situated. So, and then they ship out all of their weed to be trimmed. There's a trim house local and everything goes there, which I think is pretty cool. You're right, Gene. I did say that. I'd push a fucking broom, and I got to push a broom. That I did. It does, Frank. It makes me definitely rethink what I do outdoors. Because it just did. I'll explain that in a minute because when I was talking about standing up on top of the ladder and looking at the whole grow, you could see in that grow, if you had a problem somewhere, you could see the canopy wasn't the same. You know, you might have 6 plants in an area that are getting ripped on by fucking spider mites. You can see that from up in the air. And you go and you work the hot spots. So it's really interesting. But it makes me realize how much shit our plants are susceptible in a grow. And in a commercial grow, think of how something like aphids, spider mites, thrips, powdery mildew, bud rot. Those things are a reality, especially in a greenhouse. If you can't move that fucking air, that's huge. And they had a lot of IPM in place. They did. They had all sorts of stuff hanging off from the plants. Little bait boxes, little packets of stuff. Next time I go back, I'll take pictures of those. So you guys can tell me what the fuck they are. Not that I can't ask him, but once we're working in the grow, he's gone. So, yeah, it is, Gene. They were all about that, which I thought was pretty cool. Winging it, your largest gorilla grow was 250 plants. That was a top 10 life mistake. I ran 12 outdoors this year, and let me tell you, Winging it, that humbled me and opened my eyes. I can't complain about my harvest, but it was a lot. It was a lot to work through. And yeah, your buddy does 40,000 clone warehouse out in California. I know. That's what I was thinking about. And as I was talking to the guys, they're like, yeah, we can grow up to 10,000 plants, but it's not fucking manageable right now because they don't have the space. Yeah, Scotty, absolutely. It's amazing, but you just think of the ripple effect of having something shit sideways in your grow. Let me hydrate everybody at 6:45. Let me just bump this down here so I can see what's going on. And cheers, cheers, everybody. Yeah, Gene, more plants, more problems. I think that's a reality. And I know the guy's struggling for help right now. So when you're struggling for help, you don't have people in there working and you're one person. You can only work so much of your grow. 350 trees outdoors in Grass Valley, CA. 7 years ago, you got to get in that. Ah, nice. And that's where you started learning to grow. Yo, good luck, Jimmy John. Good luck, good luck. Be safe out there. Frank said, I've done about 200. I can't imagine doing more than that. Absolutely. Scotty, you're up to 50 right now? Jesus. Again, in Crumbleweed's just sitting on his 6. Though I do have 2 that I threw out into a side breezeway. Those were 2 of the specters that didn't do a fucking thing but get bushy as a mother. But after 5 weeks flip, they still hadn't gone into flower. So the determination was, don't fucking grow them out, because if they took that long to go into flower, which they still aren't, how long is it going to take when they decide they are in flower? How long are they going to flower for? Just my luck, fucking 16 weeks, pieces of shit. Yeah, so they're out there. I got to whip them outside later today. Oh, I know you will, Scotty, because you're pulling all those clones of everything. I find 50 the happy spot. I can handle 50 and pop 100 seeds. If half of them turn out to be male, that's a sweet spot. Yeah, cool. Yo, Dragon, going to grab some bee fast? Nice. We will have a fantastic day, and you too, good sir. Thanks for swinging in. Oh, nice, Gene. You going to grow outdoors? Cool. Have you grown outdoors before? You've done 50 plants in soil sauce? Crazy. Yo, Beans to Blaze. What's going on, Beans? Thank you for being here. Did I miss you before? Or you just rolling in right now? That's going to be cool, Scotty. No, Gene, you're going to have fun with it. You're going to be amazed. Yo, good to see you, though, Bean. I'm glad you're here. $50 trees is a lot. That is going to be pretty cool, Scotty. I can't deny that. It's going to be pretty damn cool. You know, is it for me? Nope, it'll scare the shit out of me. But I'm glad you're doing it and doing it as you do. It's going to be cool. That makes sense, Frank. Makes sense indeed. For those of you who were here a while ago, when Crumbawig, I'll say this nicely, when Crumbawig couldn't roll joints to save his ass, got one of these bad boys, and after good instructions and harassment from Cav and some other people, look what Crumbawig can roll up now. I even got the filter in there. Little motherfucker. Took me long enough to figure out the filter, but yes, indeed. Crumbawig can roll some solid joints with this now. So I'm pretty damn happy. I'm going to be firing that up at the 7 o'clock rip, I think. Good morning, Shy. What's going on, my friend? It was nice seeing you yesterday up on Jack and the Green Talks live. My apologies for not going up. As I said, it was funny. Mrs. Wig was on the phone talking to her mother, and Jack said, oh, anybody can come up. And I was like, well, I would come up, but the missus says I'm loud as shit when she's on the phone and I come and get on somebody's live. So needless to say, it was good seeing you on there yesterday. Ha! Bean saying, couldn't wait to catch breakfast with the crumble. Well, I already talked about you this morning. We had somebody that we modded up new that came in. I know, Gene. Yeah, I stepped it up a little bit because I love a good joint. They're like my favorite right now. Yo, Pax Man, Pax, what is going on, my friend? Haven't seen you in a fat minute. Your thumbs hurt too much to roll anymore? I can't roll by hand. I cannot. But I can roll like that now. I know people would say that's not a hand roll. You're right, but it works for crumble. That it does. I know, Gene, that was a good video over on Growing Olds. Stank, you like the joints? What the hell? Sorry about that, guys. Alrighty. Stankum Danks, you've been in here for a while chilling out. I'm going to add you as a moderator. When I do that, I'm just going to read my little moderator lecture real quick if you don't mind. So just be patient with me. Alrighty, now that you are a moderator, this is a room for 18 years or older. We are a drama-free channel. Nothing for sale or trade. Please don't spam the shit out of the side chat. It's not a good look. And don't beg for money. The only person who can beg for money is Beans. And Beans is in the chat right now. 100%. He's the only one allowed. Alrighty, sub up to one another. Go check out their channels. Sprinkle some love over there. Drop a like, drop a comment. You drop that comment, there's a good chance they are going to come back to your channel and do the same. Also, it's going to make their day. It's great having somebody drop a comment for us. Alrighty, if we have trolls, we are going to nicely escort them to the door. Please try not to engage. And most of all, if you're here, let's have some fun. It is 6:53. We are rolling up on 7 o'clock for a rip. Blunter bongs for Eugene. Yo, no problem, Bones. Thanks for coming in and chilling with us. I appreciate it. I know, Beans. Being included in that show was fucking sweet. Shy's going to rip on the Puffco. Nice. There are some really good breeders that come into here, and oh my God, they're wealths of information. William said, go to the Route 3 bridge in Port Ontario during salmon season. You'll learn to roll a joint really quick. I betcha. I bet you indeed. Yo, so, William, you've obviously been there. I know exactly where that is. 100%. Beans asking for $1. How's your new sofa, Beans? I wanted to ask you that. You kind of did that. I saw you came on for a live, but it was a premiere. And I was like, motherfucker, I wanted to comment on that. Like, get engaged. Oh, I see the ball vape being talked about again. It is pretty cool, Beans. We do learn a lot from people in these lives. 30 years, William? Nice. That's cool. Small world. I know, you can just, I said that, Frank. That's got to be fucking sad. What's your plan for your next run, Frank? What are you going to pop? What are you going to pop? Walmart, those motherfuckers delivered it to the wrong apartment. I'm glad you like the sofa. Thought it was cool when we get new furniture, new whatever. Got to break it in, get comfy on it. My daughter just bought a new sofa for the living room. She had actually replaced, well, long story short, we had leather furniture. Her dog, when it was a puppy, pissed on it. So we ended up having to get rid of that when we moved here. And she ordered us a set of furniture. No disrespect, but I think it came from fucking Temu. It came packed in 2 little boxes. I've never had more screws and everything else to put in a fucking piece of furniture. So, needless to say, that's what we had. Very uncomfortable. So she replaced the sofa the other day with a really nice, comfortable one. So I'll park my ass in there on that now, every now and then. I say every now and then because I don't really watch too much TV. Anything that I watch, I'll watch on my second monitor here when I'm doing shit on the computer. So, yeah, I saw somebody else sporting a new coffee table. Walmart can be assholes. I can tell you that. Well, firsthand / secondhand, because Mrs. Crumblewick worked at Walmart for 22 or 23 years. So, long time to be with the company. Gene said, Gelato 33 from Mephisto might be my next run. Nice. Scotty's looking at doing that for a breeding project. Yo, the Shadow. Good Sunday morning, and thank you for being here. Always nice to see you. YouTube won't let me type my next plant. They keep deleting my comment. Thank you, YouTube. You have a feeling the wife will be getting a new sofa and love seat soon, winging it? Oh, day 26 of flowers. Sweet. Boy, I really plowed through my coffee this morning. That's fucking disappointment. It's not even 7 o'clock and Crumbles out of coffee. I suppose I could take the 30 seconds to go make a new cup, but... Or I can just really take a look at Walmart. Though we just talked about how much Walmart's assholes, but they're the closest if I wanted to get myself a 1 or 2 cup coffee maker for the desk. It's all right. I went with a little of the Cherry Pepsi Zero, which isn't too bad. Is not too bad. We are at 6:58, everybody. For those smoking along, we will be ripping indeed. What is everybody smoking on this morning? I'm still smoking on the Strawberry Kush. Yes, Amazon, Reborn. I could definitely check Amazon too. Yeah, we've got a Keurig. We have one in the kitchen. I want to get a small one for my desk because, well, I'm a dick. Cheddar Bob said aspartame. Blah. There you go, Scotty. Scotty said, Cabs, I'm a broke-ass bitch. I will take your advice, run 5 or 6 ladies and 2 or 3 males in their own tent, let nature take its course. That's pretty cool. Gasocane. Raspberry Kush, ice cream cake from Gene. Bun coffee makers for the bin, brews a fresh pot in 60 seconds. You know what, Super Bob? I like fresh brewed coffee, but if I'm going to have 2 cups, it's going to be one right after another, because when that coffee sits, to me, it just gets so fucking bitter. Bitter indeed. Oh, that's nice, winging it. New washer and dryer, but new furniture will be part of the package. That's pretty sweet. All right, everybody, we are sitting at 7 o'clock. Make sure you have hydrated. Boy, I'm missing a couple of things here. That chat bumped up on me. Cheers, everybody. Yep. You can tell Crumble's high already because I had just said I was going to light this for the next rip, and what did I do? Just sitting there, running my mouth and not paying attention. The Michigander said, not my circus, not my clown. Or you can pollen chuck. That's true, Scotty. Oh, the gardener's got amnesia lemon here. You're going to be growing the real ugly plant. It's so hideous it will look like I messed up everything. It's a really bad looking plant. That's pretty cool, Frank. I see Cavs dropped a link into here that I wasn't paying attention to, so let me pop that open on my other screen, if it's going to let me. Oh, marijuana botany book. Nice. Nice indeed. If you're interested in breeding. Yeah, I used a lot of bun coffee makers out in the restaurant industry. They are fantastic. They really, really are. I don't drink that much coffee. I like having the on-demand. I guess that makes me a little crumble lazy, but. Oh, no problem, Shy. Be safe. Ah, very nice, Shadow. Smoking on sour diesel and some shatter. I love sour D. I've grown it before. Been doing good work since the 80s, Shutter Bob. Nice. Okay, Cavs just said if you're going to pollen chuck, at least do a seed increase. Could you? I've seen that mentioned a whole number of times. Here is my question. What is a seed increase? The Shadow says, Sardi's home grandbrother from Seedsman. Oh, nice, Cheddar. You have that book? Cool. Oh, neat, Frank. You can do a little playing with guppies. Well, there you go, Sauce. And genetics are expensive right now. We have seen that. We were discussing that earlier. You know, I know that these companies out there that are doing breeding of sorts, you know, some of their prices are just holy shit. That's all I can say. And sometimes you are buying one fucking seed. That's all you're getting. And it's buku bucks. Use same strain, open pollinated. A seed increase is me smoking a credit card. Want to cross for seeds and taste. Use regular beans if you need them. Email Kev Snake Oil, I'll give you some. Yo, I see Maine's in the background. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Crumble. How are you, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. That's looking beautiful.
Yeah, it's getting kind of big. This is at my eye level right here. That's my eye level, and I'm 6'1".
Nice.
And this was the main top that I had super cropped over. If you remember,
Yep.
see it, but that was almost broken right off, and it's picking itself up. That yo-yo's not even doing anything. And then I did that to another one here, and it's almost stood all the way back up.
Nice.
Yeah, it's coming along. Coming along. This is the Banana Jealousy Autoflower from Ethos Genetics.
Okay. She's beautiful.
This is like day 60 of life right here. And this is a 3-gallon air pot with pure cocoa, and I use the Athena line.
Right.
So that's what I do. And all my pots are 3-gallon air pots because I've used all kinds of different sizes, and I found that I can grow any size plant I want in a 3-gallon. Just throwing that out there.
In saying that, you can grow anything in a 3-gallon. It does probably require a little more attention because of the size and how much it drinks comparison to the plant size itself, correct?
Yes, 100%. They get a gallon in the morning or so, sometimes a gallon and a quarter, and then in the afternoon they get another half a gallon. That tides them through till the morning, but they're always dry. Dry in the afternoon and dry in the morning. So that's how I do that. Then we've got the little veg tent running over here because the big plant over there was taking all the light. To have it too far away, so the plants were stretching. They're doing all right.
I saw them last. Look at those.
Yep, that's my guava gelato auto flower right there. Just staying short and squat. Then I have the frost banger auto flower from 420 fast buds right here, which is starting to grow decently now. And we've got our GG4 clone back there, our sherbet clone back there. We've got the perp slurp right here, the bee natty right there. This is the one on the left right there is papaya sherbet from 420 fast buds. It's a photo period. And then the biscotti gelato right here closest is also a photo period from 420 fast buds.
Nice.
That's what we've got coming up next. And then over here, got our perk slurp, which is trying to get real friendly with light here. I may have to super prop it because I have a fan up here, so I can't bring my light up anymore unless I figure out a way to unclip it, maybe stick it, bring the light up, and then put the fan up through the light or something. I don't really know.
Huh.
But yeah, we got to do something.
It's a beautiful, beautiful girl, though.
Thanks. I think we're on. Oh. The hell's the date today?
Today's the 26th.
Oh man. I don't know. Day 18 or something.
Wow.
Flower. She's starting to get nice and frosty. You guys can see that. It's a little bit lighter green in the centers because I lightened up my feed because that auto flower, the big auto flower, it doesn't like a lot of nitrogen. So I lightened up the feed and I feed everything out of the same bucket. So these ones are wanting a little more. So I'm going to have to change that up and probably just start feeding my auto flower on its own.
Okay.
Just so that these ones aren't lacking from that. But this one over here looks fine. This one's not light green at all. This is the bee natty. Oh, and these the last two are from Exotic Genetics.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this Bean Hattie is crazy frosty. Every one of these, look all the way out to the ends, it's frosty. We've got frost now developing on the big fan leaves. Yeah, gonna be a lot of frost in this tent.
Nice.
Frost. And this is day 25 flower here.
Beautiful. It's just amazing how much that has just filled out the whole entire tent.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's all about what you start with. You know what I mean?
Right?
And you guys remember when I started, this plant was about here.
Yeah.
And I just spread it out underneath my screen, and it did all of this during flower. So, again, 3-gallon air pot. And this is a 3x3 tent. And she's full. So, if you're in cocoa, honestly, my opinion, and it's only my opinion, you guys fucking do what you want, but you never need more than a 3-gallon pot. Unless you just don't want to water every day. And then in cocoa, that's really not the way to be. So
cool.
Watering every day in cocoa is how you're going to get your best growth. You want your plants to dry out. The objective is to have them drying out the pot so you can feed them more as much as possible. And that's when you're doing this style of growing, that's how you're going to get your best growth. If you want to grow slower and not water as much, I recommend soil. So, yeah, that's all I got to say on that. And I just wanted to give you a quick look at the ladies.
Hey, thank you so much, man.
All right, brother. You have a great day.
Hey, you too.
All right. Peace.
Peace. Always nice to have people come up. It's great to see Maine shows up at least once a week up backstage to show off the grow, and it's so great to see the progress. I know I missed a lot in the chat, guys. I apologize. I did see the Skeptical Genealogies is here. That's Crumblewigg's sister, for those of you who don't know. It's very nice that you're in here this morning. It's got to be, what, little after 6 for you? Let me just caught up over here. Yeah. What did I see here? Speaking of bag seeds, my buddy passed away while cleaning out his house. They found a jar labeled 1976 through 2001. Wow, and you're going to get some of them. That's pretty cool. Oh, all right, Gene. Sorry I missed you. If you're out of here already, thanks for coming in and chilling with us. Indeed, you have yourself a great day. Sauce is talking about not using STS or CS, but I'll definitely try after gaining some more knowledge. Cool. As I said, I'm in like 3-gallon pots right now, but mine are 3-gallon plastic pots. I'll tell you guys about that in a minute. For those of you who are new and don't know how I'm growing this run, I know King Green, Maine shit is phenomenal. You built a generator to produce the CS? Yeah, I've seen people messing around with that. I don't know a lot about it. A couple of content creators, I go there and they're either spraying or painting like a motherfucker on their plants. Wow, that was late for Dad this morning. I'm just getting his text right now. He must have slept the fuck in. Hold on a second. Let me just check this. Hold on a second. Crumbleweed got an important text. Let's see. Sorry, I got to respond to this. Oh, no, I'll have to fucking do this afterwards. Sorry about that, everyone. Had the crumble distraction here. You're right, Scotty. You do not fail if you are not trying. That's it. As I said, I've got luck. I am lucky enough that Maine's helping me with my grow. And I am learning so much. I learn new shit every day about what's going on and why I'm doing what I'm doing and why it makes sense. As I said, felt kind of dumb for not doing some of the stuff that I wasn't doing, but again, Dad texted you 45 minutes ago, you're the favorite. What I didn't realize, Crumble Sister, is that he did actually message me at 6:29. The only problem was I got two other texts that I didn't expect. Crumble Distraction is another joint. Cheers. First joint of the day. Super Bob. Indeed, indeed. GQ, good morning, sir, and thank you for being here. Always greatly appreciated. 7:15 rip. I was rambling, and didn't take, but I say let's go, everybody. Actually, Crumble's going to fire this up. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yep, going for the joint, not the bong. Hitting up that joint. Just once. It'd be cool, like, if Mrs. Crumblewick was up and came rolling in the morning and she would sit and do a little sesh with us, that would be badass. But I gotta let her sleep. Moon, what's going on, my friend? Hopefully everybody is having a great weekend. Indeed, indeed. Yo, Zalens, my friend, how are you doing this morning? And did you get some rest? See, you've sparked my interest now, Cav, because you say 90% of breeders have that book. See, I would be interested in getting it for a read just so I could educate myself a little more. Because you know what? That's another thing, too. Out on the internet, there is a lot of misinformation, as we know. So sometimes going straight to a source, a book that people refer to, can help you out a great deal. Frank said, my next run is going to be feminization S1s, F6s. Cool indeed. That's cool, Sauce. Wifey and I listening to and watching scary movies tonight. Sun just went down. Cool. Yo, Stankum Danks, thanks for stopping into the channel and hanging out with us this morning. Little past your bedtime, it's 5 a.m. there. We're about 20 after 7 in the morning here. Definitely like ripping on this joint. Super Bob said, once I'm up and running, I'll get a video of my grow set up. Nice. I don't hate on other people's grows for that. If it works, it works. Super Bob. $25 is not bad for that book. Just reading the chat, guys. Got a little beyond. Excuse me, everybody. 4:20 a.m.? Well, if it's 4:20 a.m., you should be ripping. We all got to take a rip for that, Bean. That we do. Cheddar Bob said, Todd McCormick was just posting pages from marijuana botany on Facebook this morning. Nice. Yo, GQ, that's right. That was your little giveaway there. Cool, cool. Sauce, yeah, cheeseburgers galore. Nice. Good thing to spend that money on. Yeah, you guys are over my head with the STS and the colloidal silver, but I'm glad you guys are talking about it. There's a great conversation about that going on right now in the chat. I'm not reading a lot of it because it's a little over Crumblehead. Crumblehead? That's kind of cool. Crumblewig, Crumblehead. Haven't been called that one yet. Now I'm sure it'll come whipping into the chat somewhere. Yeah, I appreciate you coming in to see us, Bean. I really do, because I know there's that fuckery with the time. Though you've been on the Friday nights before, because that's what started this whole thing with the begging for money. Indeed, indeed. Let's check my list of fun things as we, wow, my joint went out because I'm fucking around. There we go, much better. See, that's the nice thing, too. If I've got the joint going, we can roll right up on any time. Because, you know, we'll be hitting 7:30 soon, and 7:30 is rip anytime you want. And I'll still rip along right on the 15-minute dots for everybody. So does the STS just help facilitate things? Does it prepare the plant to receive the pollen? Is it like fucking plant lube to stimulate their hormones? What the fuck is it? That would be funny. That'd be funny, Moon, if somebody did that. Said, we got to grow a Crumblewig strain, clubhouse, hybrid, indica-dominated strain of seeds. See, I was kind of right. Kind of right. Oh, Bean, that would be cool. Call the strain Crumblehead. That's fucking hilarious. It creates male sacs, making the female self-pollinate. Okay. All right. A hormone inhibitor. Alters the hormones. Perfect, calves. Winging it and makes transplants. Perfect. Now I understand a little better. See, now I don't know who did and didn't know all of that in here. I didn't. You know why? Because it's not something that's in my wheelhouse, but now I know. So I can at least not be ignorant to it anymore, which is pretty cool. See, I learn shit in here every freaking day, and hopefully you guys too. Oh, that would be cool, Super Bob. That would be cool. If the weed-grown Crumblehead could be pressed into crumble. Well, you know, when I first started coming on here, and people were asking me how I got my name and how, I don't know, some people were like, that's a stupid fucking name. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I like it. And I doubt, I'll say it knocking on wood, that anybody out there has this as their fucking name, because I've went to Google it before. Well, I went to Google it before I ever got it, before I ever decided I was going to make that 100% my name. Because I figured all the other shit that I wanted was probably taken. So fuck it. Here I am. Crumblehead. Crumblehead, Crumblewig. Zaza Genetics YouTube channel can explain it very well. Okay. Zaza Genetics. No matter which way you go, it's always going to be female pollen from a female. It doesn't contain the chromosome to make a male. Okay. Nice, Moons. Nice. Ha ha ha. All righty, Cavs just dropped the link. Let's pop that up. That's good for me. Same one. Excellent. Do I have it up once right now? Twice. Thanks for throwing that back in there again, Cav. There might be another Super Bob out there, but I guarantee I'm an original strain. Shy, what is going on? You're back, my friend. Nice. We'll be ripping again at 7:30. I'm just enjoying the hell out of this joint. Hopefully the dog's going to be chill for a minute. I hear it stirring around behind me. I think he almost wants to go out. Yo, Braxton, my friend, what's going on? I got to step off for a second, let the dog out, be right back. Sorry about that, everyone. I got the other one right underneath my feet, and I didn't even realize it. So I just bumped him with the chair. He's not the happiest man in the world. That's okay, though. Well, Cav says a lot of people hate Zaza, but honestly, he's telling people the truth. I think there's a lot of that out there that people don't enjoy the solid truth on things because whether it's against what they're thinking, they think they're always right, whatever the case is. I don't know. We always need to be open to learning other stuff, even if we disagree with it or don't do it ourselves. There's a lot of experts out there on mediums that they don't grow in. So to me, that's interesting and never have grown in it. Yo, I see the School of Crop is in here. Hold on a second. Boy, I got a little out of, hold on a second here. Let's see if I'm going where I need to go. Yes, indeed. What is going on, School of Crop? Thanks for rolling in. Greatly appreciated. And Fino Dino's in the house right behind the School of Crop. Thank you, thank you. Cavs, he doesn't sugarcoat shit, candy coat shit, indeed. Let's see here. School of Crop, let me go ahead and get you moderated up. In doing that, I got to give my moderator lecture real quick, if you don't mind. Now that you're a moderator, this is a room for 18 years or older. We are a drama-free channel, nothing for sale or trade. Please don't spam the shit out of the side chat. It's not a cool thing. Also, don't beg for money. The only person that can beg for money in here is Beans, and he's in here this morning. He'll probably ask for $1 in a minute now, and that is super cool. Sub up to one another. Check out their channels. Let them know that you've been there. Drop a like. Drop that comment. You drop that comment, there's a good chance they're going to come back to your channel, and you're probably going to make their day. Who doesn't love a fucking comment? They are awesome when we get them. If we have trolls, we're going to nicely escort them to the door, and please try not to engage. And most of all, if you're here, let's have some fun. All right, I got that out of the way. It is 6:30. Everybody go. Or 6:30, 7:30. Holy shit, I went an hour backwards already. Everybody, cheers, cheers. Nice indeed. Now that we've rolled up on 7:30, remember everybody, as JC suggested, we will turn around and it's rip whenever you want. So, rip whenever you want between now and 8 o'clock. Thank you everybody for being here. I see there was just 43 of us tooling around in here. So, thank you, thank you. Super Bob, love this. Nicely escort. That's right. Just get, there we go, Bean. I have to spend some time. I've got some outstanding books on growing cannabis that I used to use as references in the beginning. And then again, I got a hair lazy. So that happens. Fino Dino, what do you got going on today in your awesome world? Oh, Tom, you got Purple Voodoo and Pete's Coffee. Maine said, I think I need more sleep. Ha ha. Yeah, I'm live. What's up? Good morning, Crumble Daughter.
Good morning. I'm taking Jack to his interview.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Love you.
Love you too.
Alrighty.
And I'm also gonna get some Fairlife chocolate milk.
Okay. If they have it, they might not. We went to get some and they didn't yesterday.
Where'd you go?
Walmart.
And Peach Shop?
Nope, didn't go to Peach Shop.
I'll check Peach Shop.
All right. Love you too. Alexa, turn all lights off.
Alexa, turn the lights.
Bitch. Fucking Alexa. And you know what? I asked Mrs. Crumble to take and change the name of the lights here in the den to fucking lights, because I know she can spell it different and make Alexa say that or hear that. So then I could tell her just to turn the fucking lights on or off, because she pisses me off that much. We have a sensor on our lights also that will, when it's dark, when you walk into the room, it comes on. It just is hooked up with the Alexa and the special lights that we have up there. So I guess we bring it upon ourselves a little bit with me getting pissed off with Alexa. Frank's talking a little bit about bud washing here, indeed. Hey, William, enjoy your harvesting. Indeed, indeed, you have yourself a super day. Oh, Fino, you're building a drain table to put in your 4x8? Sweet. Sweet indeed. You're going to drop a video of that, I hope. Something cool. I like the shit that you throw up there in your videos. I wish I've learned to do all that. You know, it's a pain. It pains me that I struggle with video editing, but at least I get stuff up there. I think it's why I like the lives better. I don't have to edit shit. Ha ha! Dad just asked you why you're up so early. Nice. That's funny because, so there's a time difference between here and Alabama. So my father texts me, my sister, my brother, and I don't know who else. Bunch of his asshole friends, all at 6:30 in the morning. And then or 6:29 to be exact. And then he patiently waits for everybody to respond like he's the fucking king. Well, Crumble Sister got annoyed with that shit for quite a while, so she finally stopped answering. Because as soon as you respond to his text, he'll fucking call you 5 minutes later, if that long. It's probably within 30 seconds. Water curing. I heard about that. I can't. Fino Dino said the school of crop. Yeah, the added moisture thing. Yo, crippled cannabis cowboy in the house. Thanks for swinging in. Yeah, that's true, Frank. Frank's saying the only thing I can really say is it depends on the strain and how you want to process it. Lots of weeds have different purposes. Cav says that's why I'm working on a seed increase for the hash plant. Nice. Okay, Frank. Indeed, indeed. So what's everybody got going on this awesome Sunday? Got 29 of us rolling around in here. K-hash, Afghanistan landrace breed for hash. Nice. Nice indeed. Scotty's got sleep and work. I know Mrs. Wig's working today, but she's got a short shift. She's only working from, I think, 12 to 4. So that's kind of nice. But they changed her schedule yesterday, too. She was supposed to be off tomorrow, and now she's got the weekend off. So that's kind of shitty. Kind of shitty indeed. But it'll be all right. I didn't look at her schedule to see what she's working. Hopefully they don't have her on any nights, or if she is on a night, I don't know. I'd hope it to be Friday night because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I should dress up as an asshole or something for Halloween if I'm going to have a live. So I'll figure that out. Prepping for winter, said Jess, and yard work. Yeah. Work, and work. You have help with your edits, Fino? All right, that's cool, though. But the time that you're getting your help, you're at least learning, correct? You know, my son said to me, download fucking Lightworks, which is an awesome program. You can do so much with it. Notice what I just said. You can do so much with it. Because Crumble just can't fucking retain it. I had all these fades in and out going on in between transitions. And then I posted the video and it was just all black. And it was a fucking pain in my ass. I still use it right now, and I like it now, but I don't do any of the transitions or shit. Maybe I'll play around with that on my next video, because I only have like 1 or 2 transitions. Nothing major. Wow, dip it in liquid nitrogen? No shit. Cripple cannabis. You got a fundraiser today for stem cell treatment, combat the damn MS disease. Yeah. Oh, nice. That's awful. Awesome, Crippled, that you got the fundraiser going on. School of Crop says, all I do now is make joints. I will tell you something. Now that I have got down doing this, it is, I don't know. I've cut down on my cigarette smoking. I mean, and I don't think I'm walking around the house blasted all the time. Thanks, Crippled. Yo, Upstate, what is going on, my friend? What is going on? So glad you swung in. We have been having chats about all sorts of different stuff this morning. Yeah, I know, Frank. We were talking about it the other day. Yeah, I think smoking these takes care of that. They say one of the things when you quit smoking also why people gain weight is because they have this hand to mouth oral fixation. Some shit like that. That's why people used to walk around with those little plastic pretend cigarettes before they made ones that looked like cigarettes. You take a puff out of it, it'd give you some minty fucking taste in your mouth or some shit like that. I saw one guy out at the college, he's walking around. He looked like he had a fucking tampon that he was puffing on. I said to my friend, look at that asshole. They're like, oh, he's trying to quit smoking. I was like, with a tampon? The fuck is that? Because that's exactly what it was shaped like. It's fucking whatever. Crumble's a little high right now, so I'll be telling some stupid stories. I digress. You replace cigarettes with weed, Cav? Nice. More joints, but no cigs. Absolutely. It's Freudian, said Crumble Sister. That's what you're doing coming up New Year's? I can tell it's, if I'm mindful of it, I will smoke less. If I'm not, and I'm just like, fuck it, I smoke more. Cigarettes do stink. Absolutely. Fino Dino. Yeah, I know, Super Bob. That's one of the things, but I don't know, as I said, it fits that, I don't know, it just fits that need. So that's the way it works. Crop, then after about a week, your consumption will go back down because without the nicotine to counteract the cannabis, become more potent. That'd be nice. That'd be nice indeed. Oh, that's true, Tom. That's true. CBD flower could definitely help a lot, and you're still smoking. Absolutely. Karate, tang so do, said the shadow. That is true. That is true. Upstate's talking about the hardest day after smoking. The joint, you always want a cigarette, or when you're drinking coffee. Absolutely. You think the CBD flower is too harsh or way too harsh? I haven't smoked it, Cav, so I can't attest to that. I know we've got other people on here who do. I know Growing Old was one of the is growing CBD plant. I don't know. I didn't know the reasoning behind it or why, or if there's a special use they're planning on having it for, but that's cool. It is cool. Oh, I know, Crumble Sister. He will turn around and shit on me for it at some point in time. Or he'll ask for, what the fuck, the link so he can come and watch, which I wouldn't mind unless he came on with some creepy name. That'd be messed up. If Crumble Pappy came on here with some weird name. Is that Wayne I just saw come in? I do believe. Wayne, what's going on, my friend? If I identified you wrong, well, damn it, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to keep up on the new names of some people. Have to be cold turkey. This cutting back doesn't work well. I know, that's one of the things. It doesn't. Okay, Scotty, Growing Old makes a CBD for his meth ointments. Cool. Cool indeed. Ah, Syntax said, got so blown last show, I wasn't going to wake and bake, but burped a black Raz Kush. I immediately needed to smoke it. Nice. Oh, nice. Nice, Dragon. Crossing CBD strain now in project. Plus, I'm pollinating the lowers with Tits McGee. Cool. Fino said, I quit smoking cigs annually. I tell you, my biggest trigger to start smoking again is consuming too much alcohol. I do smoke much less than when I drank. Yes, absolutely. I was a fucking chimney. Absolutely. Sauce, you make a salve for nerve and muscle pain? Nice. Syntax is looking for a Cindy 99 CBD cross. That strain was CBD strong. Nice. Was 7:45. It is rip anytime you want. I think I'm going to swap out this bowl, and even though I've been hitting on that joint, I think I'll hop back to this for a minute. Got to do my housekeeping or I'm going to have a freaking mess here, which I do not want. Do. Oh, see, Tom, you replaced gabapentin with CBD years ago. I would love to get off my gabapentin. Love to get off it. Absolutely. Yo, Sangeeta. Goodness, I should remember who you are, and I don't. I am sorry. You could be Mina or not. So, thank you for swinging in. Oh, your downfall is blunts, Frank. Oh, cool as shit. Went to a chili cook-off today. Great Ogo wedding last night. I did not catch it. As I said, I was watching a movie with Mrs. Wig, who turned around and we got to the end of the movie, looked at each other and were like, it fucking ended. Let me tell you how this movie ended. I won't tell you the name of it, but I'll give you the whole plot. Somebody launched a nuclear fucking weapon at the United States of America, and we launched it to hit it, and we missed. The other countries got mad at us, and everybody manned up and pointed their shit at us. We couldn't blow the thing out of the sky, and at the end, everybody died. That was the end of the fucking movie. I was like, holy shit. Upstate Gross says, the only drug I ever take for being sick or sore is cannabis. Nice. You know, I think that's great that the medicine that you take gives you that much relief. I think that's awesome. See, my problem is, or was, and I'll knock on wood for this because I haven't been sick in a long time. Wow, I wonder if that's because I smoke as much cannabis as I do. Could be. I can tell you a story about that where I had something that was there on an x-ray be gone 6 months later. So I'll tell you about that in a second if my high ass remembers it while I get caught up in the chat here. Delens, it was amazing. The wedding, nice. Yeah, Syntax, good movie. Everybody dies in the end. Fuckers. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up in the chat here. No, School of Crop, nobody jumped up to rip or anything. That's all right. It is all right. I rip by myself with all of you guys. I should have made Crumble Daughter run over here real quick and take a rip this morning. She probably wouldn't have because she had to bring her boyfriend out for his interview this morning, which is good. Which is good indeed. It's definitely what he needs as a job change. So that's a cool thing. Yeah, Maine did come up earlier and show off his ladies. That was pretty fucking cool. And I had some videos up of the commercial grow I went to. I mean, if somebody wants, I can try and figure out how to get that shit back up on the screen. Yo, crop. Hold on a second. Let me get you up here.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. How you doing?
I figured I'd come up and smoke.
Awesome, awesome. Greatly appreciated. Now, where are you from, good sir?
I'm in Missouri.
Nice, nice.
Used to be from the West Coast. I've lived in Missouri about going on 9 years.
Nice, nice. Is it where you want to be right now?
Yes.
Good.
A lot
Good.
more. I feel like a lot more freedom. So.
All right, perfect. What are you smoking on there this morning?
This is Ben and Gary's.
Okay. Cool.
From Exotic Genetics.
Nice. Nice indeed.
Cheers, chat.
Cheers indeed. This is nice. Having somebody come up. We're about 9 minutes up from 8 o'clock, so that's beautiful. We got 39 people in here with us. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's early. It's nice to see so many people on a Sunday morning.
Yes, yes, it is. It is indeed. This is the beginning of my 4 days of morning lives that we come in and hang out, so it's nice.
Yeah, that's cool. It's nice to have a place to hang out.
Yeah.
Without a bunch of drama.
That is true. That is true indeed. And I appreciate everybody for that.
I really hate that drama is the thing right now.
Yeah, it is. I honestly think that you can feed into it. Excuse me, I'm coughing. You can feed it or let it go. And that's what I say. You know, we ignore some of the silly stuff and we just try and move on.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, I've done my fair share of fucking feeding into the drama. I'm not gonna lie, you know. Sometimes it's hard not to fall into the trap and just roll with it, you know.
Yes, yes. Yeah. See, for me, I learned early on, if I engage, what was I really doing? But giving them that little bit of more power. So now I just shrug it off, and that's why I throw it in my little moderator lecture. And yeah.
If you get caught up too much in it, what ends up happening, and I know for me is you just start feeling like shit. You know, like mentally, like is that the place that you really want to be?
Right.
You know, do you want to put your mental state in and sure, we can turn YouTube off and forget about it, but there's still that something that you already fucking put your mind into and did all that, and it could affect your whole day. You know, feeding into just bullshit.
Yep.
It ain't worth it.
True enough. True enough.
Well, I mean, again, for the most part, I mean, YouTube is entertainment, you know, like I don't have cable TV, so I don't, you know, so there's always going to be those channels, right? Just like TV, like, oh God, I ain't watching the Housewives of New York or whatever, you know, you just turn the channel. You just, if you don't like it, you turn the channel.
Yeah.
So.
True enough. Alrighty, boss. I'm going to get back to the chat. We're coming up at about 6 minutes out from 8. Alrighty.
Yep.
Alrighty. Thanks for coming up. I will catch you later, sir.
All right. Peace, brother.
Peace. All righty. That was nice. That was nice indeed. It's always good having people come up. Puts a big smile on my face. Sauce is saying too legit to quit. I know, Tom. It is. This plant brings people from all around the world together. It's so cool. Absolutely. Absolutely indeed. Trying to think of what I want to do for breakfast this morning. I have many options. Crumble wigs thinking, bacon and eggs and toast, I think, should be in order. Yo-ho, Pilgor! Good morning, and thanks for swinging in. See, this is why I like running until at least 8 o'clock. People start rolling in, especially on a Sunday morning. Oh, Super Bob's going, oh shit, I could do pancakes. Holy shit, I can do pancakes or waffles. Pancakes. Pancakes sounds better, I think. That was a good fucking call, Super Bob. Indeed, Fino. Indeed. Oh, holy shit, that's a great idea, Gyro. Great idea. A little side of White Rabbit this morning. Holy shit, that's brilliant. Speaking of the White Rabbit mushrooms, I just wanted people to know, my first flush, dried weight, I got 20 grams. And I'm okay with that. 100% okay with it. Yup. I've tried them already. I want to take more than I took the first time. So I only did 3.5 grams the first time. Growmaster Flash is in the house. Growmaster, how are we doing, my friend? Yeah, Pilgar is pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Yeah, put a big smile on my face. And thank you guys in here for, just, I don't know, listening to me ramble about it, helping me, guiding me, telling me, no this, no that, do this, don't do that. Because I don't know, I had some weird shit going on. Like, I was like, hey, can I had that still air tent, and it's like, can I turn around and leave my grow bag in there? And it's like, fuck no, get it out of there. I was like, okay. I get it out of there. What happens? Boom. I get shrooms growing in no time. Had to do with the air exchange. Who knew? Who fucking knew? Frank wants to know, how high did 3.5 get you? So, the closed eye visuals, Frank, were fucking tremendous. I could get lost in there with everything that was going on. But when it came to being actually high and happy and all of that, I wasn't rocket ship high, but I was wicked high, like not a fucking care in the world. You probably could have chopped some of my fingers off and I would have been like, fucking cool, man. That's the kind of high I had. And it was great. Yo, Bud, what's going on, my friend? What is going on? You know what the first time that I grew shrooms, I grew edible mushrooms. I got one of those log shitting things off from fucking Amazon that you just soaked in water, stood up on its end, and fucking mushrooms grow out of it. You harvest them, you eat them, you get a couple of flushes. It's not bad. And then I went into the all-in-one bag. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. Ha ha! See, you should have never told him you were up. Now you're getting all the shit I should be getting. He's sending you the pictures of the fog. Nice. Wouldn't it be funny if the Loch Ness Monster came out and just took him out of his room? Could see him floating down the river with the Loch Ness Monster. That would be great. Oh, you're the cheer competition for your daughter? Nice. That's pretty awesome. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Yes, Spore works indeed. Spore works for the win. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Just catching up in the chat, guys. We are rolling up on 8 o'clock. There are 44 of us in here, so I say let's rip. And I think we'll hang out until 8:15. I don't feel like closing the door on 44 people. That's kind of rude of me. So cheers, everyone. Make sure you hydrate. Take that sip before you rip. I should grab another water since I really didn't. There we go. Nice bit of hydration. Cheers. Fungi Culture Store, said Gyro. Of course you can come up, Frank. That's fine. Certainly, certainly. Yo, Scotty, go get some sleep, man. Go get some sleep. You chill, and thanks for hanging out with us. It's always appreciated. Next time you're here, maybe you can come up and show us what you got going on in your grow. That would be awesome. I got to get people's light schedules. And then speaking of schedules, I'll tell you guys something cool that happened last... when did I get this email? Last Wednesday morning. Or not an email, but a message that was left on the live. Because it was pretty cool. All righty, let's get up here and see what Frank's got going on.
All right, I'll start over here. This was the bud I got. I got more to trim up over there. I got this jar's all trimmed up. These are the seeds, but I'll show the seeds in a second. This is some of the hash that I made.
Nice.
I got some more. It's just lost in my ditch of weed.
Okay.
I got about 20 grams of hash in total. So these are all different duck phenos of the ducks. So these ones are all different duck phenos. There's a few thousand in there. That was the freak show pheno. That was the fern pheno. And then I got all these. These were just normal plants that didn't have like any mutation to them. So these were my normal plant seeds. And then I still got more that I got to strip out in the freezer.
Okay.
But I'll hop back in chat. Thanks for letting me up.
Hey, no problem. Thank you. All righty. That's always nice to see. I think I just heard Mrs. Crumble come into the room.
Yes.
Good morning, Mrs. Crumble. You just missed Crumble's sister. Crumble's sister has left the building. You have yourself a great day. I will talk to you later. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us this morning. It's always nice. Always nice indeed. Sorry, just lighting this joint back up. Again, just am absolutely loving on it. I guess that's just me. Well, it's got to be just me. I'm the only one sitting here fucking smoking right though. And Mrs. Crumble, do you want to rip first thing in the morning? A literal wake and bake? All righty. Mrs. Crumblewig has passed on the wake and bake first thing in the morning. I know that sounded like a lot of peer pressure, didn't it, guys? Oh, Shy, you're ripping on that Puffco? Nice. Nice indeed. Yeah, I do not have a Puffco. I have the Bommy rig. And I had a Cookies rig my son's borrowing right now. Yeah, we just upgraded. That was the one that me and Mrs. Wig fell in love with that we saw for the first time on the Strange Show. So Fino asks a question. Don't cannabis seeds have a natural dry coat on them already? Why are you putting them in rice? I'd be afraid of cross-contaminating my seed stock. There you go, Super Bob. Here you go. I'm passing it to you. Boop. All right, so I was going to ask that question too, just a generality, because when I got that brown bag with the seed branch in it from that old guy, I'll tell you something. I don't know if it had just hung out in the garden and dried the way it did, but there's tons of seeds in the bottom, and I picked out or shook out another probably 200 seeds. And a couple of them, I asked this question before, why they were green. Somebody said, I don't know, there was a reason, but don't plant them was what they really said at the end of the day, which I didn't. I picked them out and I got rid of them. Super Bob passes to Upstate. Nice, Upstate puff up pass. Syntax rice water. Nice. It's interesting to see people's different the different things that people are adding to their plants and whatnot. Yo, good morning. Is that you, Dr. Levy? If it is, I don't know why I don't have you moderated up. I thought for sure that I did. Let me check this again here. Yes, indeed. Just making sure everybody's who they are. Yes, I hadn't moderated you up. I truly apologize for that. Yo, Kelly Belly, what's going on? Thanks for swinging in. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Remove all the green parts and have them in a sanitized space. Okay. I was trying to make sure that I was catching what everybody's talking about here, because I asked the question about, I guess it would basically be mature seeds versus immature seeds versus dry seeds versus seeds with little seed husky things on them. A lot of different things. Yo, fold them, my friend. What is going on? What is going on? Cab just posted something. Dang it. There we go. Okay, I'm sure the link that Cab posted was for me, but indeed, everybody, it is for everyone. Take a good look there. That's Chris Trump. Okay, Frank. You know, I've gotten seeds before that have a grain or two of rice in with them. You know, so I'm guessing that's either helping to maintain the humidity or for any humidity that might get in there and transport. I really don't know, but I've seen it before. Barley, potato, rice to build your own microbiology, Pilgor. Super Bob's a cloner. Sauce you cure your seeds. Nice dragon, subbing up to fold them. Never had any seeds mold upstate. Nice. See, and that's one of those things, you know, we know what else could impact that, Frank, or anybody that, you know, we're talking about this with the drying seeds. You know, our fucking environment, the different weather in the different areas that we are. You know, environment's everything. Somebody trying seeds out in Colorado, the shit's going to dry super fast. Up here, not so much, because the humidity outside still, you know, affects what we got going on inside, with the exception when it's fucking raining. But you understand what I mean. That still impacts what's going on in your house. Yo, Mr. No Fly Zone. You're high, so high you can kiss the sky. There's nothing wrong with that. It is 8:10. Thank you, thank you. We got 30 people in here. That's always nice. Yo, Heather Rose, good morning, and thank you for being here. Oh, that's awesome. See, Fino said I've got rice in my bean container too. Before, I just didn't understand why. Now I know. Thanks for the info. We'll thank everybody. We kind of went from one thing to another, but, you know, it obviously has to do with the humidity thing. You know, and I can tell you, I guess my experience, and I'm rather close to Frank, but the thing is how dry was it when I got it? This guy gave me this branch, and like, I think it was a Halloween present, because his daughter finally cut it out of the backyard. Second edition Jadam book. Nice. Oh, Dragon's getting ready to come up. This is awesome. Let me get him up here. Get you on the big screen. 1 second. There we go.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dragon.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Getting over the worst of it, I think.
All righty. That's good to hear.
So now I got the project going. So these are that one there, they're the project. So they're the clones that have taken. They've all taken. So they're all in there.
Nice.
I just took the ones out. They had really good roots. So I thought rather than something go wrong and I lose them, so I've taken them out anyway. So I've got an apple gelato that took, and I got a papaya tan. So yeah, and those are the sunset sherbet then.
Nice.
Can't remember what they're called, but I seen those on, was it Maine's when he went live on, I think it was yours.
Yeah.
I can't think what they called though. But apparently they scrub the air, so yeah, good.
Really?
That's my purple haze.
Beautiful.
And that's the Z.
Nice.
That's the one that I just overtopped thinking that it was a photo. But she's looking all right. Solid nugs. On both of them, fair play. That's the super boof.
Nice little plant there.
That one in there is the strawberry cough, and that one's a strawberry cough. So that one, the super boof, and that strawberry cough are the same age to the day.
Huh.
Mad, innit? But that's me and autos. I don't know how to grow autos. And that one's a strawberry cough, which is 3 weeks behind these. So try and get a 3-week cycle going. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
So that's all I got with my lights on at the moment, because obviously them two are in flower.
The girls are sleeping.
They're in sleep mode, yeah. So I thought I'd come up and say hello, because I haven't. I've been on you lives, but I just haven't had the energy to do to come up, or I haven't had the energy to even like. Yeah, and I've had other issues going on. So anyway, I'm back.
Nice. Nice indeed. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, Crumblewick. Appreciate everybody, because I've had nothing but good vibes back, you know, off the 2 videos that I have done.
Nice.
I'll be putting a worm video out later. So
Oh, excellent.
there we are. I'm going to go back in the chat now, Crumblewig. That's all I got to show you.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you for having me.
Peace.
Appreciate you, fam. Ta-da.
All righty. That is awesome that we had Dragon up here showing off some stuff. I'm hoping I haven't missed anybody here in the side chat. Yo, Parker Grows, what's up, my friend? Thanks for swinging in. Yo, Loco Weedia, what's going on? I was over watching some of your videos. What'd you do? You were posting like what, 3 o'clock in the morning or some shit like that? That's kind of cool. It's nice. I always go ahead and surf before I go on my live in the morning and see if anybody else is live or anybody's posted anything with the last couple hours. So that's always cool. So don't think I'm not lurking around on you guys' channels, because I am. I am a lurker at times, unless I have something to say. Yo, Chris Storm is in the house. Thank you, Chris, for being here. We are rolling up on, it's a little bit after 8:15. There's 40 of us in here. We'll hang out for a couple of minutes longer, see if anybody wants to fire up and smoke a little bit more. I know I offered to Mrs. Crumble this morning, and she graciously declined, which is fine. I am sure she, since Crumble forgot about it, she's got to go to work. So me asking her to do a rip was kind of jackassy. So sorry, Mrs. Crumble. Hello over there. Yeah, it was nice to see Dragon up there indeed. His plants are looking great, great, great. Yeah, I saw you got a press. Local Weedia got a press. That's Local Weedia got a press. If anybody hung out and saw Likely Lucid yesterday, Lucid was pressing shit. He had all this fucking dry sift. We'll call it dry sift because he found out that he probably had keef mixed in with it and stuff like that. But long story short, when I say a lot, we're talking fucking mason jar full. I'm like, dude, you need to get a fucking press. And he's like, for what? And because he's like, I don't know what to do with all this shit. I've been saving it. I'm like, dude, you got to get a press. So next thing I know, I'm watching his live yesterday, and he's like, man, Crumblewig, I said I needed a press, so I got one. Well, that man hadn't dabbed in quite a while, but he did yesterday. He was a fucking toast point for a few minutes. It's pretty impressive. Sorry, got off on that little story, but it's the truth indeed. Yeah, Brian, I thought his autos looked really great. Oh, Parker, your wife's got to work this morning? Operation Annihilation said Crumblewig. Smog out those Pac-Man ghosts. Waka, 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 waka. Those are my Pac-Man ghosts with a Pac-Man sound this morning. Yeah, we'll rip whatever we want at this point in time. Crumblewig just spilled water down his face like I don't know how to fucking drink this morning. Very nice. Nice, Local Weedia. Nice. Cheers indeed, everybody. Let's go ahead and rip some right now. Cheers, cheers. Nice. Nice indeed, Local. And indeed, cheers, Operation Annihilation. Cheers to everyone in the chat. There's 42 of us running around in here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out this morning. I've had an absolutely great time. We talked about a lot of different cool stuff. Yes, Maine. That's excellent that you just said that, because with all of us hanging out in there, what he pressed was very dark. He thought it was fantastic tasting. That's a great point. Super great point. Maine said old dry sift can be dark and harsh when pressed. Fresh is best. Okay, that explains why what he was pressing was dark, because he wanted to know. I mean, it's his first time pressing, lots of questions, lots of stuff like that. And I am by far no fucking expert on pressing, not at all. But I do know fresher is better. Oh, that's true. Getting back to the seeds, Frank, that is another option, using those silica packs. You can add moisture, 50-year-old product, to get it clear. Huh. Harsh smoke if you don't press fresh. Pawing his head ghost for Halloween, but Pac-Man is better. I know, somebody said that the other day, that it was the Pac-Man bong. So I was like, okay, I guess it is. Because when they first started talking about Pac-Man, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because Pac-Man Pax, who comes in here, wasn't even in the chat. All about proper storage. Yo, Larry, what's going on? Thanks for rolling in here. Cheers to you. Metal rules. You cannot make hash. How come? How come? Nice local weed. You see, the stuff that I pressed came out. Okay, I'm just talking about pressing flour. I'm not talking about pressing anything else other than that right now. But the flour that I pressed came out very light. I'll show you. So that's how light the stuff that I pressed came out. Which I thought was pretty good. Again, that was just from pressing flour. That was it. Well, and all presses run differently, because even when he ran it at a lower number, it still came out that way. So part of the thought process was he had too much plant material in what he was processing, because he didn't sift it before he ran it through, whereas he could have sifted it through a different strain, something or other, and there was a lot of clumping in his dry sift too. Clumping, they were like hard fucking balls by the time he got to this. So, yo, Brett, you getting out of here, my friend? Yo, thank you so much for coming in. Dragon, same. You have a fantastic day. Frank just dropped the link over into here that I hold on a second here. I'm a little behind in all this. Dab time. Cool indeed. Yeah, Pilgor. Moisture indeed. Yo, Super Bob, you chill out and have yourself a fantastic day. It is cool. I like being here too. I love seeing the new faces, people engaging in the chat. That was for the metal squishing hash and the fingers. Yeah, I don't know if I really have any tips other than you learn as you go. You can't rush things. You know, again, I don't think there's any, at the end of the day, you're pressing. And there's really no shortcut in that. You need yourself a good press. You got to know that presses are going to run hotter than others and colder than others. It's a good thing to have one of those little surface temperature guns. They're cheap. You can get them at freaking Harbor Freight. You can get them at Amazon. And you'll find 101 uses for them. Trust me. Your heat's off in the house. You don't know which runs out. You can just shoot the fucking registers. And yeah, it's nice. It's a nice thing to have. Multi-purpose use. Good point, Fino. Sealed containers are specifically made insulated containers for seed storage as your first defense against the environment. You know, and I guess for people that don't have the money to invest in that, I think, you know, looking for other potential ways to keep their seeds, you know, viable, you know, they got to think outside of the box. I don't know a lot of the mechanics behind the sealed containers and like that are specifically made for stuff. I know they're out there because they're out there for the whole vegetable community and all that shit, the farming community. Yo, man, you taking off? All righty, boss. You have a fantastic day. Take it easy. Don't work too hard if you're working. I hope you're taking Sunday as a day of rest, man. All righty. Jack in the green stock. Much love back to you, my friend. Thanks for kicking in here. We were talking about earlier that I didn't go up on your live yesterday because I didn't want to disturb Mrs. Wig, who was on the phone. So, oh, goat shit. What is going on? Thanks for stopping in. I'm glad we're hanging out a little bit longer. We're going to roll around till about 8:30. About 8:30 indeed. Let me get caught up in this chat. Yeah, they got to be costly. Yes, indeed, local. Trying to find a good one for under 200. Yeah, don't press uncured flour. You can press whatever the hell you want, but you're not going to want to press uncured flour. I can smile and say that because I tried it once. I misunderstood what somebody was saying. You know, when they were like, oh, this is fresh, whatever. Yeah. It's not, you don't go whipping no green fucking buds into the press. Don't do that. That's wrong. On so many different levels and messy. Oh, 5 different strains to smoke. I do that. I bounce around to different strains. I try to always have the strawberry kush on deck. It's what I have the most of. And fortunately, it's one of the ones that Mrs. Crumble really likes. So it's her go-to right at the moment. So that makes Crumble happy. Aaron Woodley, good morning. Thanks for swinging in. Always greatly appreciated. Seeing faces pop in later in the lives. Many technical dramas. I was having it earlier. I was trying to share my screen. I thought it was up there because I could see it. I looked on my other computer at the chat and everybody's like, no, we can't see it. I was like, damn it. Then I looked and it was just backstage and I forgot to put it up there. So Len said, how much for a good press and what is most important to look for? I'm going to say I have a 5-ton right now. I've got a 5-ton dually tech. What I looked for in that is, the ease of programmability for, the plates, that was a big thing. Reliability, because I checked out a lot of presses before I went with this one. If I had done it differently, I would have probably gone with something that came with a much higher PSI and tonnage. That's from what I experienced in pressing last year. Now, when I get finished pressing with everything this year, I think it's going to be vastly different. I've learned a lot more about my press. So, I can speak of, as I said, I have a dually tech. I know a couple of other people here that have used the dually tech, and they can speak in here about what they look for when they're getting a press. Because I had my press for about 4 months before I used it well, and I'm learning more and more. Cooper Bob says, upstate, I'll take your overflow. I got 2-bedroom house to fill. Nice. How much? My press I paid $320 something for. And I did buy it from a local hydroponic store. And that was not the only press there. They had Nug Smasher and something else. Everything was reasonably all around each other. That seemed to be the one that I had researched and found to be in that price range, the best product. Dry for at least 3 to 4 days before pressing. And that was one of the things that Maine said to me. He's like, after a week, you can press that shit. I was like, no fucking way. I don't have to wait. He's like, no. So it was like the next day I pressed. I was like, damn, this is fantastic. Yo, Brian, good morning. Good morning indeed. Let me move this over here. What the hell am I doing? I got my side chat all fucking sideways. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on that. Trying to find who just came into the room. Because I am a solid 3 minutes behind in this. Brian's Grow, what's going on? Good morning, good morning. Yeah, we've been rolling around since about 5:30. I'm getting ready to end the live in a few minutes. I just want to get caught up on everybody here. Oh, no. Frank. Just to press so I had some, I pressed fresh flower, like 5 days. But everything that I pressed after that has been cured, or at least 30 days worth. So in saying that, yes, there's a big difference, super big difference. For those of you who don't remember when Crumble went to the fucking dispo and paid $54 for a gram, yes, that is, wait a minute, what should I find? Shy, that's a fucking great price. $169 for a 5-ton press with bottom and top heat up to 400 degrees. It's a 5-star on Amazon. Just check and see where it's coming from, Shy. That's all. And I only say that because you could pay that money and be waiting 2 months if it's coming out of China or something like that. That's all. Just be safe on it. Yo, good morning, Blind Neil. What is going on? Pilgor's got no comments. I don't know what you're talking about because I'm crumble high at the moment. I apologize for that, guys. Just saw a tiny Nug Smasher handheld, $40 on Marketplace. Really, Syntax? Normally 100 to 200. See, you know what I think it is? This is my thing with my press at the moment is I don't like the fact of, I need a longer handle. And I need it on a board where I can anchor the back two legs and raise it up so I've got a tilt into it. So half of it's my problem. Half of it is I think they should have a longer handle for leverage. That's all. And I also hate it that sometimes I've got a little blow by on the fucking pump. So when you pump it up, the jack sometimes relaxes itself a little bit, no matter how tight you have your fucking valve on the bottom. You got a frost there, Dr. Levy? We did here too. It was 34 when I got up, which tells me it definitely got to the frost zone. Really, Sauce? Mini Nug Smashers between 490 and 600. See, I would like to measure out and see if I could drop a different press in there without blowing the shit out of the frame. But the frame's got to be rated for a lot of fucking force. A shop press in the living room is a bit much, Supervibe. Sorry, just checking the other side. I'm trying to locate new people that are coming in so I can see about moderating them up. So I'm caught up over there. So I must be way behind over here. And I am. I'm about 3 minutes behind in the live chat, guys. My apologies. Y'all, Panda rolled in. What's going on, Panda, my friend? Thank you, thank you. Nice to see you. Frank said Nug Smasher taught me to separate terpenes from THCA and how to make rock diamonds. Nice. Nice indeed. Yeah, Shy, you want to make sure you get a good one? Absolutely. Upstate, when I pressed, and it was different consistency too. The 5-day-old flower, or 7-day, because it was 7-day that I had. When I pressed it, it came out much more syrupy, if that makes any sense. You know, it was a pain in the ass to handle. Even when I had it on I've got one of those rosin press freezer plates that you put down, rubber coated, and the thing works fantastic. Not so much for that press. And that stuff stayed like that. Now, when I did my last press, it came out much lighter, as you can see. All of that changed color when it cured. So, you can see that's the color that it came out. It was a little lighter it was darker than that, and then it lightened up when it dried. There you go, Fino. Frank's dropping some Nug Smasher up there. Yo, Ogo's in the house. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning indeed. Yes, how goes it? Congratulations, congratulations. Yo, Pilgor, thank you so much for coming in. You have yourself an awesome day too, my friend. Did I see that Wick's in the house lit? Good morning, good morning. Yeah, Local Weedia put the new press up on the channel. Got to go over and check that out later because I did not watch all of it, so that is neat. It is 8:39 here. Let's see what's going on in the side chat. I'm trying to catch up, people. Wedding life is fantastic. Yo, Poopy Peanuts, what is going on? William comes back in between cut downs. Nice. Yeah, Andrew, I apologize. I was for the first time in a long time, Crumblewig and Mrs. Wig got to sit down and watch a movie together, which is pretty nice. So, yo, Hayes is in the house. What's going on, Hayes? Why one shy? I broke the 10-ton. Wow. We're gonna upgrade plates. Nice. I apologize if I missed anybody in the side chat. If I buy a 500-ton press, not only will wifey give me the side eye, but I'll be sleeping on the couch as well. When Crumble bought his press, Mrs. Wig was with him. Yes, indeed. UK Bud in the house. Oh, Dr. Levy, I still see you tooling around in here. Very nice. Lit brings up a point. Operation, yeah, but you'll be on the couch with hash. That is true enough. True enough indeed. You would at least have, you'd have that hash with you. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with some good hash. Indeed. Cheers, everybody. Crumblewig was really kind of rude about that and just fired up, but hey, that's all right. There's 37 of us in here. We're all hanging out, having a good time. I am Crumble High. There you go. Get a different couch. You got a 10-ton from Canadian Tire. I know. I really want to press everything else I have to press and see how that takes it, and then see if, even if I can drop a 7-ton jack into there. See what the difference would be. The jacks are cheap. They're like $18 on Dually Tech's site. Right, Frank. Right. You are correct. I know that now. But I want to use the shit out of the press, and then if I can find somebody to do a local pickup on it, well, fuck, they can make out good. But that's a down the road thing. Yo, UK, go enjoy that Sunday dinner, absolutely. That's part of the plan, Bean. And I'll walk around here for 2 solid hours after these lives, high as fuck and eating like a bastard. Yo, I finally caught up in the chat, everybody. All right, we're going to go for another 2 minutes here. I will wrap this up at 8:45 with a big fat thank you for everybody. And no, for anybody asking, smoking on a joint, not a cigarette, a joint rolled by yours truly, who can now do this in my little raw rolling machine, but it works for me. It works for me indeed. 7-ton dually will actually fit in a 12-ton. Nice. You have to put his, you like to put his back in this box, keeping the 5 for now? Yeah. No problem, Andrew. No problem at all. I appreciate you guys all being here and hanging out. We've been chatting. I've been running my mouth for a solid chunk of time here. So what do we got? 8:44. Everybody, you have yourselves a super fantastic day. William, Jess. Oh, Ginger Ham just coming into the house. Dang it. We're getting ready to head out. Thanks so much for stopping in. Always greatly appreciated. I'll have some other great stuff to talk about tomorrow, and maybe we can turn around and see some more of the grow videos that I took. And on that note, like I always say, hey, go out there, sprinkle some love on other people's channels. I try to practice what I preach. I go over there, drop that like, drop that comment, be honest with people about their grows. Encourage them to want to stay here in our community. Let them know that we're a community of helping people. You know, you may make the difference between somebody staying and leaving YouTube, and we need all the people we can to support us and help us grow. So in saying that, everybody, peace out. Love you all. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks.